Creating videos will make you more memorable to your audience. That creates a story, and story is what sells your artwork. It's so important. People will get sucked into the world of you. My tip with video is to make sure you're grabbing attention within the first 2 seconds. Hey, you empowered artists, you sexy beasts. I'm so excited to share this news with you. The podcast launched 7 weeks into me getting this amazing email. I got this email that told me we reached 5,000 downloads. That is such incredible news. So thank you so much for tuning in. And I have been reading all of your reviews on Apple Podcasts, all of your comments on YouTube, and they are soul shaking and they're really helping the show. Thank you so much for supporting the show. I want you to know that there are so many resources for you beyond the podcast. There's jennawebart.com/podcast. You can get show notes. You can see me talking to you face to camera on YouTube. I save those on my website as well. Come join the newsletter. Also, we have a free community for the empowered artists where you can weigh in on show topics, and we have a podcast voicemail. So I can promise you, we're going to keep up this great momentum. And I want to bring you the content that you want to hear on the show. All right, let's dive in. So today I'm going to share 5 secrets of beating the algorithm for artists on TikTok or Instagram, because I know we all hate the algorithm. Before we dive into the very tactile strategy, I want to share 2 crucial mind shifts that you can consider when you're posting your daily content. If you change your mind or your approach just a little bit, it will help you not feel hella frustrated and not get burnt out really quickly. Because we all know the truth is, when we spend hours creating content that we think is really juicy and really good, and we finally go to post it and we're so excited, and then barely anyone sees it, we want to throw our phones across the damn room. It can be so defeating. So here's what we're going to do. Here's the 2 mind shifts about the algorithms, or really rules to live by. So the first rule is to not think about the algorithm. Because if you're focused on creating quality content, then your followers will engage with it. And engagement is the ruler of any social media platform, because engagement shows that platform that people are interacting with your post, and it makes the platform look good because they're going to push that post out so more users see it and they know more users are going to engage with it. If it's quality content, it's good for your audience and it's good for the platform, so it's a win-win. Also, if you're busy worrying about the algorithm or complaining about it, then you're truly in a victim mindset, feeling like the universe is working against you. Chasing the algorithm will only give you whiplash, because these social media platforms change their algorithms as often as we brush our hair. Now, I'm not saying that the algorithm doesn't aggravate me too. I will work really hard on something and I will think it is slap your mama so bananas good, and then I'll go and post it and nobody sees it and I'll get a little pissy myself. But to stop myself from pouting, I remind myself that nobody owes me anything. These social media platforms are free, and it's up to me to make quality content that my audience wants to see. So if I focus on the bigger picture, things will work out, which brings me to the second rule or mind shift, is to focus on quantity, especially if you're new to the platform. The newer you are to social media platforms, the more you want to push content out to learn what works, because the more often you're posting, the more data you're getting from your audience to see what works. Data informs your business and helps you make the best decisions. Data is queen. We know what type of content your audience is going to engage with. And once you learn what they like, then you can double down on them. So if you don't get too tied up and you don't take yourself too seriously, then it's all good. While I'm going to dive into the 5 tactile ways to beat the algorithm, nothing can ever replace the fundamentals of knowing how to engage with your ideal client online and how to attract them. If you want to learn how to turn your followers into art buyers by attracting and connecting and engaging with your ideal client, then you need my Instagram workshop. You'll learn how to post on Instagram with purpose so that you can build a deep connection with your ideal client, which is so important. 3 caption prompts, 5 key elements that every Instagram post needs, and how to strategically use hashtags to increase your visibility to your ideal art buyer. These strategies are fundamental, and you can apply them on other social platforms like TikTok as well. Plus, I will share a 15-point checklist so you can self-audit your Instagram profile, and you'll see a live example of me doing that with a student and a whole lot more. This is one of my most popular workshops by far, so I know that you're going to love it too. To sign up for instant access to the Instagram workshop, visit jennawebart.com/Instagram or pause the show right now and click on the episode show notes. So let's dive into the 5 secrets for beating the algorithm. Because when you have truly irresistible content, you're not going to have to worry about the algorithm, but let's get you some strategy today that you can work with. So secret number 1 is to always use the latest features of the platform, because whatever Instagram or TikTok is featuring or pushing out, and they'll usually notify you, they're going to be pushing that. I remember when they just rolled out going live or when they rolled out stories, they favored that. So any users who were using stories or Instagram lives or reels for the very first time, they were giving that more attention on the feeds and they were pushing that to the top. So whatever new features the platform is using, be sure to tap into that. So you'll need to keep up with the trends and get accustomed to not living under a rock, because I know it's really easy to stay in our routine. My suggestion is to keep it simple and just do a quick how-to Google search, maybe once a month or once a quarter, to make sure what some of the latest trends are and incorporate a couple of them into your strategy. Secret number 2, lean into video. Static pictures still work on the platform, but video is really the way to the future on any social platform. We've seen Instagram make a huge push to reels and stories and live video. TikTok is completely centered around video, and there's a reason for this. Users like it a lot more. Creating videos will make you more memorable to your audience and will really let your audience get to know your personality and who you are. And ultimately, that creates a story, and story is what sells your artwork. It's so important. People simply remember video a lot more than a static image. And the longer a user spends time on your profile, the better for the algorithm, and people will get sucked into the world of you when you've created some interesting videos. My tip with video is to make sure you're grabbing attention within the first 2 seconds. Some examples of video on social media are lives, reels, story, video post, that post to grid. I know that Instagram is actually changing this to reels. Look, guys, this changes all the time. Pinterest has videos as well. YouTube has YouTube Shorts. This will continue to only grow. Video is here to stay. It is the future of social media. Empowered Artist Podcast listeners, I love you so much. How would you like to listen to this podcast with a fresh new pair of Beats headphones, or have $50 Amazon cash to spend on whatever you want? To enter to win these prizes, follow the show, then scroll past the episodes and hit the 5-star rating and write a review. I will be announcing winners when we hit milestones like 55 reviews, 75 reviews. I'm sure we can blow past 100 reviews. I'm going to be sending out screenshots of the winning reviews in my email newsletter. Sign up for my email newsletter at jennawebart.com/podcasts. It's linked in the show notes. I'm so excited. Pause the show right now, follow, and write a 5-star review. I can't wait to see it. I hope you win one of the Hot Podcast Summer prizes. Secret number 3 is to use trending sounds or music. This is a really beautiful, easy thing for artists to do, because if you're just simply standing there and you're flipping around and like revealing a painting and you have a really cool sound that goes with the mood of your painting, then that's wonderful. It gives that vibe there. You can research what's trending. The app will tell you what's been trending, or simply just pick the mood or the essence of your artwork and what you are all about. But again, this is just one of the features that the platform has that you can lean into. Secret number 4 for beating the algorithm is to use clear call to actions to have engagement on your post. Let's define what a call to action is. It is a simple, clear ask of your audience. If you ask them to comment on your posts, you ask them to buy your artwork, you ask them to do one thing. And in this case, we want to ask our audience a question or encourage them to or comment on the post and engage with the post. That way, your post will continue to show up on their feed, because the algorithm will say, Jackie really likes seeing posts from Jenna and she engages with Jenna's post. So we're going to show her all of Jenna's posts for a while until she stops engaging with her post. When one user engages with your post, it tells the algorithm, oh, people are liking this content. I'm going to show it to more people. For example, for a call to action, you can ask your audience to respond to a question in the comments, or you can use a poll in your Instagram stories, or take a quiz, or use the slider scale, and utilize the different features in the buttons. Include clickable links. You could tell them to save the post for future reference, tell them to follow you. Make it one clear, simple thing to do. Don't ask them to do 10 things. Ask them to do one thing, call to action. And by the way, I have a bomb 15-minute call to action lesson if you want to know exactly what to post in your captions to convert art sales specifically. So not just get someone to make a cute comment on your page, but to convert comments and browsers into art sales. So a call to action tells your buyers exactly what to do and will guide them to a purchase in this lesson. Without a call to action like this, your post is just flapping in the wind with no real direction for your art buyer to do. And so that's when they just browse and they don't comment or send you a DM about purchasing your work. This lesson is called 3 Phrases to Sell Your Art Now, because these are 3 phrases you can literally copy and paste and use in your very next post online to sell your artwork. You get instant access to the lesson, and it's only 15 minutes. So that means you can start using these today. So if you'd like to steal one of my proven and strong 3 calls to action and start using them in your post, and that sounds amazing to you, visit jennawebart.com/3 phrases, or pause the show and click the link in the show notes. Secret number 5 is to post at high traffic times when your audience is online. You can use profile insights to find out when your audience is online and engaging. The longer you've been using a platform, the more data you're going to have. It's usually a look back of about 90 days that will tell you when your audience is active and engaging. Here's what you can do if you're brand new to the platform and you don't have that data built up yet. Just post when people are naturally taking breaks, lunch and dinner. I still use these times, noon and 6 p.m. Lunch and dinner have been great times for me. I even got really frustrated the other day because I used a time that an app suggested that I post, and it wasn't good. There's an app called later.com, Later, and I pay for the membership. It helps me schedule posts. There's some pros and cons of this app, and it told me to post at 10 p.m. The post did not go well. Either A, my post was crap and it's my responsibility for making better content, or B, it was a crappy time to make that post. So I could take that data and I could either repost that at a new time and see if it does better. And that's called testing, which is really smart when you are marketing yourself. Or I could just make better content. And that is usually the way to go. Oh, we have secret number 6, bonus. I scripted this out and didn't realize that I had more than 5 secrets. Okay. Secret sauce number 6 is engage with your audience. And this is time sensitive. So right after you post, you want to stay online at least for 30 minutes and engage with all of the comments and DMs that are coming in immediately. You want to make that warm vibe with all of your customers and start conversations with them. The algorithm likes to see you interacting with other accounts. Social media is definitely a two-way street. I know it can be time consuming, but I like to time batch or time block when I'm going to do this. And I suggest that as hey, tip number 7, why not? I hope you've enjoyed today's show. If you did, it would mean the world to me. If you left a review, you could even win one of those special prizes. Also, I'd love to hear from you and get your input on future podcast episodes. So for all those fun resources, go to jennawebart.com/podcast. You're going to see so many free tools, guides, show notes. You can join our empowered artist community and weigh in. And I'm just really loving this opportunity. I just really appreciate each and every one of you. So thanks for listening in today. I'll catch you right here next week. Hi, friend. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss an episode. I like to throw in some surprises for our weekly show. You can also follow the Empowered Artist Podcast on Apple Podcast. And for more resources to move your art business forward, visit jennawebart.com.